Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I have a yoga class for you to help you with emotional fatigue. So, when you are feeling completely worn out, just energetically from the news or from life or just from whatever is going on, whether it is a small thing or a large thing or cumulative things, if you are feeling emotionally drained or emotionally exhausted, this is a yoga practice for you to just help you recharge and to rebuild on your yoga mat. So because of that, it is a little bit more of a props heavy practice than I usually teach. I have a blanket for under my knees. I have 2 blocks and a bolster. Now, if you don't have the blocks, that's okay. You don't need the blocks. You can, for what we're going to use them for the most part, you can use a chair or a couch. That'll be later on. For the bolster, if you need to, you can substitute like a rolled up towel, like something that is really tightly rolled. Maybe 2 towels would be a really good thing to do. Or if you happen to have yoga style blankets, you can roll up 2 blankets really tightly. You just want it to be nice and firm, okay? Because you're going to be leaning it on the blocks or on a couch. You want to be able to support yourself with it. So that's why you want it to be a little bit more firm. So maybe even, 2 really long pillows if you have pillows, or, a long pillow wrapped in blankets. You can get pretty creative with that, but you want it to mimic a really sturdy bolster. And that should really be it. So all that said, I want you to start in a comfortable seat, whether that is on the ground or sitting on a chair, and just place your hands over your heart. And just take a moment right here. As you place your hands over your heart, I want you to notice how it feels to do this. What this simple gesture offers you. And just know that at any time when you need a little bit more support, a little bit more protection, you can place your hands over your heart like this. You can even wrap your arms around yourself and just gently squeeze. And that will give you just a little bit more of a container, a little bit more of a boundary that you can just very gently expand into. So take one more full breath in here. Full breath out. And then as you're ready, you can release your hands to your knees. Keep your eyes closed just for the next few breaths. If you need to adjust your legs, you can. Bring your left hand up to the left side of your head and very gently press into the left side of your head and lengthen it over to the right, just very gently. And you can even cup your fingers around the back of your head and tilt it slightly forward, your head, and even turn it slightly to the left. And then come on back through center. Take that left hand, bring it to your right knee, right fingertips over to the right, and take a little bit of a twist. Eyes still closed if you can. If it feels uncomfortable to close your eyes or even unsafe for any reason, you can open your eyes. But if you can, if you're able, keep them closed. And then come back through center. Rest your left hand on your left thigh, right hand to the side of your head, and very gently tip it over to the left. And you can apply a little bit of pressure. You're not trying to force. Just create a little bit of stretch. And you can cup your fingers behind your head and very gently tilt down. And even turn your head slightly toward your elbow or your armpit. And then come back through center and bring your right hand down to your left knee, left fingertips over to the left. A very gentle twist. So you're not trying to force anything here. Just twist your spine. And then come on back to center. And then open your eyes slowly. Come onto your hands and knees. Come into table. And just start with a little bit of cat-cow. Stretch your belly and chest forward. And round up. Really focus on releasing your head and neck. And this rounding up, push the floor away. Curl in toward yourself. And then soften and lengthen forward. And again, round up. Really emphasize your time here. Push the floor away with your hands and your fingertips. And then soften. Belly, chest, stretch in the opposite direction. And just one more time like this. Press your hands into the floor, round up, shift back even just a little bit. And then soften forward. And then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lift your left knee up. And then turn toward the center of your legs. So you're going to turn your right foot in so it's parallel to your left. Legs are nice and wide apart. And just take a full breath in here. Full breath out. You can bend your left knee, shift over to the left, walk your hands over to the left. And then come on back through center, bend your right knee, shift over to the right. And then come on back through center, go over to the left. And if my blocks happen to be one and either or two together, so I'm actually going to take one of those blocks. And as I walk over to the right, take it with me, just that I have blocks on either side of my mat. Then one more time, come on back through center. This time lift the ball of your right foot up. You can bring your left hand to your left thigh. You don't have to go very low down. You can turn your left foot out even if you need to, just a little bit. And just give yourself a good stretch. And then before going back through center, I want you to turn towards your right leg, lower your left knee down on the blanket, and fold forward. Now, if you need your blocks, you can grab at least one of them and put it on either side. If you have enough movement in your hamstrings, you could conceivably put your head down on the block that's there. That's not necessarily going to feel like rest for everyone, but if it does for you, you can go ahead and do it and just take some of the load off of your arms. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Lift your head if it's down. Bend your right knee. Lift your left knee up. Turn and shift over to the right. Lift the ball of your left foot up. You can bring your right hand to your right thigh and give yourself just a little bit of pressure there. And then turn, instead of coming back through center, just like you did on the first side, turn towards your left leg, lower your right knee down, and fold forward in. Again, if you have a block and you need it to give yourself more height, more support, you can. You could also, if you wanted to try, and you need more height, you can stack your blocks, place one on top of the other, and rest your head here. If you have more of that mobility in your hamstrings, you can certainly just do it with one block. And two sides are going to be different, and you certainly don't want to force here. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. And if you have your head on blocks, you can lift your head up, bend your left knee, and turn back to center. Again, I'm making sure that the two blocks are on either side of your mat. Give your knees a little bit of a bend. Interlace your fingers behind your back and fold forward. If that feels like too much on your shoulders, you can always put your hands at your hips instead, or even just place your hands on the floor, up on your fingertips, elbows bent, to give yourself a little bit more support. Make sure that you're not locking your knees and instead putting weight evenly in the front and the back of your foot. And just take a full breath in. Full breath out so your legs feel heavier. Your head feels heavier. Okay, then release your arms. Turn towards your right leg. Bend your right knee. Put your left hand down. Lift your right arm up. If you need a little bit more support, left knee goes down. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. And then lower your left knee down if it's not already. Grab your block. You can come on down to your forearms, either on the block, and support your head with your hands. If you bring your palms together, you can rest your head sort of on the outsides of your thumbs. Or you can rest your head on the block. If you need to, you can scoot your left knee a little bit further back. You can turn your right foot out a little bit, open through your thigh, whatever feels good here. And then come back up onto your hands. Lift your left knee, straighten your right leg, put your left heel down and fold forward. So again, if you need the block, you can place the block on either side of your leg to give yourself more of a lift. If you don't, you can walk your fingertips a little bit further forward and just stretch the floor away as you fold in. And bring your right arm back through center, turn your right foot in. Walk over towards your left leg, bend your left knee, right hand goes down, left arm goes up. And just take a full breath in here. If you need more support, right knee goes down. Full breath out. And then lower your right knee down. Again, you can grab your other block. Place your forehead down on the block, or you can place your forearms on the block right about at your elbows. Palms together, lift your hands up and support yourself this way. And just take a full breath in. Full breath out. And make your way back up onto your hands. Lift your right knee, straighten both legs, right heel down and fold forward. Now again, you can use the block if you need to give yourself a little bit of a lift and more support. Remember, this is a class about giving yourself support. So even if you don't usually use a block and it feels good to use one, use one. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And then bring your left hand to the inside of your left leg. Come back through center. You're going to bend your right knee. Lift the ball of your left foot up and come all the way down. If you need to get into that in an alternate way, if shifting over and lowering down doesn't work for you, then come down to sit. Bend your right knee in, extend your left leg out. It's the same thing. I want you to wrap your arms around your right knee and just curl in a little bit here. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. And then bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right fingertips behind you and twist. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And then come on back through center. Bring your right foot up to the top of your left thigh. If you need to grab your blanket and scoot it underneath your butt, you can certainly do that. Mine does not need to be under my leg, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. Lengthen up through both sides of your body and fold forward. Just fold. Now this might be another opportunity to grab your blocks. Right? Put them as high up as you need. You can do what you did before. Bring your palms together if your elbows are on the two blocks. And just rest your head on the outsides of your thumbs. If you don't need your blocks and you can fold in and hold onto your foot, just very gently fold in. Keep your legs active and strong as you lengthen forward. And make your way back up. Bring your right foot back up and out to the side. Just take your right arm to the inside of your right leg, knee bent, foot on the floor. Open your left arm up. And just reach and expand. And if that feels like too much, if you need more protection, place your hands over your heart. Just lean back and close your eyes if you like. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. If your hands are on your heart, you can release them. And there are a couple of ways to get to the other side. You can not use your hands, lift your butt, shift over as you bend your left knee, ball of your right foot up. Or if you're going to the right, you can extend, right leg out, bend your left knee. So it doesn't have to be fancy. Wrap your arms around your left knee and just curl in. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. Then bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg, left fingertips behind you, and twist. And then come on back through center. Left foot up to the top of your right thigh. Turn towards your right leg and fold forward. And again, you can grab those 2 blocks that you have if you have them. And I know that I said earlier that if you don't have blocks, it's not a big deal. You don't need them. The blocks do come in handy in this moment, in these poses, but you can use other things, right? You can use a stack of books. You can use no blocks at all. You could use a chair and prop yourself up on the chair over your leg. And having the blocks is just kind of nice and gives you a little bit of a lift. Like I said, a stack of books works really well, even if you have paper towels at home, like 2 rolls. You could do this 2 rolls of paper towels. But if you don't need the blocks, you can reach for your foot and fold in. And make your way back up. Take your left foot back out to the left arm to the inside of your left leg, foot on the floor. Right arm opens up to the right, and if that feels like too much, you can cross your hands in front of your heart and just hold on and lean back. Eyes closed or open. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. And then you can release your hands wherever they are, and you're going to set up for your very last pose. So this is where you will need your bolster or something like it. You're going to take your legs out in a V shape, okay? Now, if you don't have blocks, okay, you can do this leaning the bolster against a couch, your bed, a chair, so many things. You can pile up boots, all kinds of stuff. But what I'm going to do is take one of my blocks and lay it on its lowest setting and the other one on the highest. Because what I can do from here is wrap my arms. I can snuggle up against my bolster, wrap my arms around, and just rest. And with my arms wrapped around, because I've got this block stack, I can rest my arms on the block. That'll happen if you are leaning against a chair too, or if you're leaning against a couch, you can do the same thing. You can rest your arms on that part. But we're going to be here for just a couple of minutes. You can turn your head one side or to the other. Let yourself lean into the blankets and the bolster and the blocks here. Let yourself be fully supported. Remember, if you've turned your head in one direction, make sure to turn your head in the other direction against your bolster. And then slowly unwrap yourself. And then you can just take a moment as we end this practice, either to sit upright or lie on your back. Place your hands over your heart once again. Lying on your back is a really sweet place to be if you feel comfortable to do it, so that you can let the earth hold you. If you're near a wall or a couch, you can lean back onto the couch if you don't want to lie all the way down. Just take a moment right here. Connect back into your own emotional awareness. And honor all of the emotions that you are managing and navigating and dealing with. A single yoga practice cannot fix or heal or change everything, but it can give you the opportunity to connect in, to slowly begin to rebuild your own interior foundation, and to help you recharge just a little bit and take a break from everything that is coming at you. One of the greatest acts of revolution is to take better care of yourself. So take one more smooth breath in, into your heart, into your hands. Full breath out. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on your mat today. I hope that this gave you a little bit of support as you rebuild some of your emotional wellness and your interior capacity for strength. As always, I am privileged to share this practice with you. So please let me know if this supported you and any other ways that I can continue to support you on the mat or off. Have a wonderful day, everyone. See you again soon.